What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We've got a good one this episode because we're going to be taking a look at not just your normal Masters of the Universe figures, but we're going to be looking at the Thundercats crossover with Masters of the Universe. And so far, we've already got the first three, and we've decarded them. So we've got the cards here to have a look at the cards. And it makes it a lot easier to look at when they've already been decarded. But they look great. The cards themselves, the artworks on the back, we've got Lino, we've got Chitara, and then we've got Battle Cat Man, which this is the first. But these are great. These look really nice. I am slightly disappointed that this was got a pre-damaged line through the middle of it. But as they look, Lino, Chitara, Battle Cat Man, got to do some work on this one. But yeah, they're looking great. The cards are in really good condition still. This is the thing that we're kind of keeping on to, is holding on to the cards. But anyway, we'll jump in and have a look at the figures. But that's something we can talk about at a later date. So moving on in, we might as well start with the man himself, Lino. Here he is here. We still have him in his packet. We're going to pop him out. But everything's been pre-cut, so we can just, yeah. There's a lot of extra parts in here to change him up, which is pretty cool. So we're going to look at that. And I think it gives him more of his original form over his Masters of the Universe crossover version. So because there's all these little extra pieces. So we'll pop him out. There's his sword. Okay, that one is still tied on. That's why I kind of pre-cut them to make it easier. So we've got the insignia there. Thundercats insignia and on the eye, which is pretty cool. But we've got these extra pieces, which is, like I said, it gives you the option to have him as both the standard Lino version and the crossover version. There's so many parts. We'll pop him out and have a look at him. There's his waistband there as well. So we don't need that now. Get rid of that. So have a look at him here. Looks pretty cool. So, so that's how it pops off there. So, he's quite bald without that piece on. So, that's his headpiece there. We can take that off, and he's very, very bald. Very bald. But then we can slide on his original hair. Like so. Kind of looks a bit like a clown. It's kind of weird. I didn't realize how much of a clown he kind of looked like. With that makeup. Well, it's not really makeup, but it's just the imprint. But yeah, so we can change him up. He's got the same build aspects of the rest of the Master of the Universe figures. But there is legs there to change over for his boots. So if we go and do that now, we can pop this hand off to get rid of the gauntlet. Take that gauntlet off. Oh. Starts dropping his hand. So yeah, so looking at his version there, it's a bit tricky, he's a bit stubborn. So that pops in his normal hand there. That hand pops off, which has got like a power fist here. So we take that off. A normal open palmed hand there. Put that on there. Pull the waist off. Take off that loincloth, which is very Masters of the Universe. Put on his standard belt. And then we can also pop off the shin. And is there a shape to these? Yes, so that's left, that's right. These are very these will get worn over time the more we play with this. Pop that arm off there. Oh, that just slides off. Oh, his hand's just like, free me. And then basically you're left with a substandard figure. Does he always have? I think he always wears that, doesn't he? Does he wear that, or is that? I can't remember how Lino looked. I thought he always had a chest piece on. Was that? I'm slightly mistaken now what his original version looks like. It's just, is that just added for show? Maybe that does come off. I can't remember which version. If he actually had a maybe he didn't. No, that is his chest piece. That's right. So that is the Masters of the Universe edition. This is what he normally looks like because he has that chest piece on there already. Yeah. So there we go. We're left now with a standard Lino figure, which is pretty cool if you think about it. Now we can have just a generic standard line Lino. And then you've got all his assortment gear here that makes him part of the Masters of the Universe range. With shorter hair, with a kind of like face guard, fist, gauntlet, fist, shoulder, shoulder guard, the calves, shin guards, chest, extra wrap, tabard. So it's kind of cool that you get that option. I wouldn't actually mind hitting up getting another one of these so I could actually have two versions. So I could actually have him in his gear and out of his gear. Would actually be kind of nice now that I think about it. So I wouldn't actually have to keep playing around and changing them. But that's pretty cool. He looks freaking sick as. The build is perfect for these figures. But anyway, we'll put him aside there. We'll leave him like that for now. We'll jump into Chitara. I think, yeah, she's the same as well. So she's pretty straightforward also. There's a staff there. The hands don't change, it's just the legs. That one. Go. Don't need the plastic. Okay, so she's got this tabard thing on as well, and I think that's the same. I think that's just an upgrade for. Yeah, because she has a normal gear under. She's got a bracelet, so the bracelet is loose on her wrist. That just connects on, which I think has a short version of her staff, and then that's the extended version. So she's like, "Cha," and there's like, and then the staff enlarges itself. So yeah, there's the short version of it, and that's in the large form, because like, yeah. So she's got the headpiece as well, where she can go super bald, and put her natural hair on. Just trying to get, yeah, that mane. There we go. So that's her natural hair. I'm trying to think how this comes off here, because that looks like that pops off. So I think we got to separate her body. Pop the waist off. And let's pop her arms off. That just slides straight off then. So yeah, so that just comes down. Slide that bit off there. There she goes, and she's got her normal insignature there on her chest. So this is a normal outfit, which is like a leotard. And then we just pop that back in there like that. Shoulder back in there. And then, yeah, same thing, take those feet off. These are a bit more slender, so I was trying to see. That should be like the same kind of thing. Yeah, that's that leg. I put it on the wrong foot. Okay, so that's that. That's in there. That's that there. Oh, okay, her whole leg just came off. Um, okay, so there we go. So that, oh, twist it, get back in the spot. Okay, so knee bend, foot bend, foot bend. Make sure it's all lined back up where it should be. Okay. And that's her in her normal outfit there. So therefore we now have them in their default outfits, which is bloody great actually to see them in their default like version models. That's really cool. Signature and signature, like their logo, the Thundercats logo. Battlecat just seems too appropriate. He just seems to fit in perfectly with these guys. But yeah, so that's actually really cool to see them in their original form style. I really think I need to cop another set of these so I can actually keep them. And I've got the armor pieces there, but it is a little fiddly trying to change them all the time. But just to have them ready to go, like, in both versions, it actually look really sick. That's cool. Now, that's why I kept this one to last. To me, this is a piece of resistance because this is Cringer, aka Battlecat, in a man form. This is, like, really cool. Because he's got his matching armor that looks very close to his, like, actual cat armor. Oh, it's a little plastic, don't need that. This is sick. So he's got his green body, posability. Like, this is gonna be great. Tabard's the same, but no, it's a basic bland waist piece with a little bum. The helmet does come off, which is great. Actually, like, properly comes off, sits back on his head. The chest piece comes off as well, so fully unwraps, and he's got his like yellow printed markings. Like, this is so cool having this version. Like, this is really cool to see him as like a person. So gauntlets, shoulder pieces, which are loose, which slide on, which you use his hands for. So yeah, so it does like reflect his cat, like actual cat version. So this should like pop on over his hands. Yeah. So it stays attached there, but it pops over his hands there. So he's like still kind of holding them. So if I remember Tiddlybit wise, Cringer doesn't have claws, so that's why he needs claws, because he actually doesn't have any claws. But yeah, that looks freaking sick. I really like this. This is dope. But the fact that these are like all these parts are very usually interchangeable with other characters. I wonder what other characters might be able to wear that helmet and these shoulder guards and the gauntlets and just interchanging pieces. The fact that we've got this tabard in the maroon and brown, and then that there's just specifically brown. There's no green like related to this part here on the leg. Like, I could interchange these parts with so many other characters. It would be cool. Like, I wouldn't even like. It feels like with this, it kind of feels like you would think like maybe like it's kind of like a He-Man and Battlecat became one character. But to me, it feels more like if like Man-at-Arms and Battlecat fused into one character. This is what you'd basically have. Or if he just turned into a man. But yeah, like just seeing these armor pieces would be cool actually to see him interchange onto other characters. And like even if it was a He-Man, interchange the parts over with a He-Man. But like I said, I'd have to have another version so I could separate so I could just literally have a raw version without the gear, one with the gear. So then the raw one without the gear could be used for other characters. Just the possibilities you could do with all these costume sets, freaking sick. Because it's like you gotta find browns and the maroons. He's got maroons. I don't know what other characters might have maroons. But just yeah, working it in would be cool as. Kind of also with the claws, kind of reminds me of which Skeletor is it? I've lost the name, I've forgotten it. But he has the big hands. It kind of feels like that a little bit too. I was like, imagine a Skeletor with that, with the maroons. Or Beastman, kind of a bit like Beastman even, with his like upgraded gear set. Like that's cool. This is really cool. But anyway, that's the three of them there from this first wave. Yeah, that's really cool that I can have them in their default versions. I'm and like, do I want to like? I mostly just re-gear them back up into their Masters of the Universe versions. But like to see them though in their default, like underneath was their default costumes, is friggin' cool. That is really cool. I like that. Like that is attention to detail to thought. Be like, oh, if you know, you can strip them down and have them as the original versions. You don't have to have them as. I imagine this could also fit the other female characters of this build as well. Like the few other female skin like characters. I reckon this would side of that and skin them up nicely. Like that. Well, the hair doesn't pop off the other figures, but these parts should fit. All of that should be very interchangeable. But that's cool. And that's just basically kind of the same as his. But blue and upward furry. Thicker. Yeah, I don't know who else could wear that. That looks cool. That's gold and white. That power fist. Very obvious, like it's gold, so it'd have to be specific. No, that's cool. I like these. These are really sick. But anyway, thanks for coming by if you checked out this video and checked out this range. We will look at getting some more of the Thundercats range. They're all very new still, so I do want to try and get my hands on some more of those. So definitely keep an eye on that. I've got to keep an eye out on the shops for some specials. But anyway, thanks for coming by. Yeah, check out some more videos coming through. Yeah, as always, stay villainous. I don't really know what of an outro to really do, because I want to change things up a little bit. I don't want to just be doing that, yeah, Skeletor's here! Unless that's the bit that everyone wants. If they generally want me to do Skeletor for a duration of 20 minutes, I can try and just be like doing Skeletor for 20 minutes. It does a lot of my voice. But, I mean, we could always go back to doing that. But just like I say, comment down below what you think if you want me to do my Skeletor unboxings or just a normal unboxing like I'm doing here as the henchman. Oh, I can do a He-Man unboxing as well if you want me to do a He-Man unboxing. I can do it, He-Man. I can do Skeletor. Either way, we can unbox it as much as we want to. So, yeah, I mean, whatever you just feel like, let me know. But I'll catch you in the next video. And, yeah, have a good one. Bye.